And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Jackie, filling in for William. William is nowhere to be found. Um,
College
so
teams.
college tings, and he just messaged me back saying, "Go live without me for now." So maybe he'll join us, maybe he won't. We'll see. But I am joined here by my lovely co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, I'm Mac. Yes, you can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend. That's FIEN. Oh, and it is gloom and doom around here. The Arizona Cardinals lost to the Seattle Seahawks for the second time in 3 games. This time 18-30, and it really didn't even feel that close. And Jackie, you were in attendance, and just talking, you said right away it felt like an away game, another away game, must-win game essentially for the division. Give me your sights and sounds to the game, and how you felt going in. What was the vibe around the stadium before the game started, and then just kind of from there, your experience.
Yeah, no, it's weird because I feel like in the last few years, now that there's really no more Legion of Boom, I didn't really think Seattle fans would show up and show out like that. But I haven't been to a home Seattle game in maybe 3 or 4 years. Um, so pulling up, it's still I saw a lot of red, and then getting into the stadium, the other side of the field, it's that ugly ass lime green, that ugly ass blue color, and there's Seahawks fans sitting behind us, some sitting in front of us, but the vibes were great because we all figured like we're at home, like yeah we lost a couple tough ones on the road. I felt absolutely confident we were going to win that game because I said it before. We'll split with Seattle. We'll probably lose to the Vikings. So that happened to be that stretch of schedule. I'm like, all right, this is our win. This is going to be the one. And then it just kind of derailed. I would say, like after the first couple drives, I just thought that
That first drive was brutal. Charbonnet coming in and just fucking, catching 4 passes on the first drive and running it down our throat. At that point, I was like, oh, we talked last week, the Cardinals defense and, rush D in particular, they gave up 68 rushing yards to the Vikings, 65 to the Kenneth Walker-led Seahawks the week before that, 79 against the Jets, 69 against the Bears. We were, last week giving the rush D praise, and, just even from that first drive, from where I was, it just felt deflating. But yeah, I mean, you give up that first drive, and then the Cardinals come right back down and march down the field, and you're like, okay, we got a game. And then just from there, you're down 17-7 the first quarter, and second quarter, entering halftime, you're down 24-10. Still got a shot. But yeah, it just disappointing, man. You're talking about, Gannon always talks about the fight and, hitting people in the mouth and being the tougher team. And that just has not been the case coming out of the bye week, which has been, brutally disappointing. We talked about entering the bye, how, it felt like this was a terrible time for a bye week with 4-game win streak going in. You got all the vibes going, and then, man, Kyler Murray, I'm still, I appreciate Kyler and what he does, and but he's just not able to lead us to wins, especially behind this offensive line that, they've certainly regressed throughout this season, which, in my opinion, they started off, I thought, a little funky. And then, they held it down during the, when we won 5 out of 6. I was most impressed, I think, offensive line and our defense. And, just coming out of this bye week, I don't know what happened, a month ago, but man, 0-3 out of the bye, lose to Seattle twice. You had everything in front of us coming out of that bye. You're playing the team right behind you. You can, stomp them down a little bit. And, we were the team that, got punched in the mouth twice in 3 weeks. And, I think it's more disappointing, in my opinion, the offense than anything. I think we're pretty realistic about the defense. Not a lot of big names, not a lot of money back there. But they've played well enough to hang in the thick of things here, and the offense just has not been able to rally around and score touchdowns when need be.
No, and that's what's disappointing. Like, I feel like this week's loss was a pretty well-rounded loss on all phases.
From special teams, yeah, defense, offense.
Blake Gilligan, is that his name, right?
Gilligan, yeah.
That sucks. That absolutely sucks. You're forcing Chad Ryland to not only try to make field goals, who has been pretty shaky as of late, but now he's got to try to punt. So we're giving up the field position there, and then defense they didn't come to play like they normally played, but you kind of give them a pass a little bit because they've been playing high above expectations. But this offense has really regressed, and it starts with Kyler, but it's also the line has not looked good. Connor hasn't been looking like James Conner as of late, even though we just extended him. Can't seem to get clicking with Marv. Trey McBride can't find the end zone. So it's extremely frustrating. And you thought going into this year that, our offense is going to be scoring all these points, and it's our defense, going to be shooting us in the foot. But this is not where I wanted to be this late in the season and when it matters. And, here we are on the outside looking in, and I don't think we can get in at this point because I feel like the winning the division was our best shot at playoffs. I don't want to count on other teams losing for us to get in.
This defense has lost its way in recent weeks, and I think they need to take a lesson from current events and be like United Healthcare and deny and defend motherfuckers.
I like that. By the way, Luigi Mangione, December 4th, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We were together. We were hanging out.
I was blowing his back out the next day too. So,
hey yo.
Who was the other person in that threesome with him? Will, was it? Who was that? What was that name again? Jackie. Okay, thank you. That's an oldie but goodie, but nice for you to join us, Will.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. My neighbor had a CRT on the street, and those things go for a buck these days, so I had to get that.
A what?
CRT TV, like those old school TVs.
Like those big boxes?
Uh-huh. Those go for hundreds these days.
Why?
Old school gamers.
Yeah. Did you watch the game or did you play?
I tried going back to my usual tradition of watching part of it, playing Fortnite, coming back, hoping for the best, and clearly something went awry. This team continues to disappoint me, and I continue to be vindicated week after week after week, much to my chagrin. And it is very frustrating to come on here every week and spout doom and gloom, and for that to be vindicated every week. I've had this podcast running for 6 years now, on and off, mind you. And in my first ever episode, I said that this team, with Steve Wilkes and Josh Rosen, by golly, that team's going 9-7. I was super wrong then, and since then, we have only beaten that mark once. This team does nothing but disappoint me week in and week out. I don't care if we make a Super Bowl. Fucking Petsing's gotta go. I don't care if Kyler throws 23 touchdowns in a game in the next few weeks. He's gotta go.
Wow. A full 180 on Kyler.
Listen, man.
1 month ago, you were on here saying you feel vindicated with how great his play was. That was 1 month ago.
And things change in a month. You know, in October, the South Carolina Gamecocks were 3-3, and they were looking pretty awful. And I didn't think they would make a bowl, but then they won 6 straight, and I thought they should make it into the fucking tourney. A lot can change in a month.
Yep, Cardinals have a 8% chance of making the playoffs with the loss. Somehow it's 3%. This is going off the NFL.com wildcard standings.
And I think I might be the problem here, because last month I made a semi-joking remark that I wasn't going to tell you guys what I put my $100 on for jinx purposes, because I thought if I told you guys, it would jinx it, it'd put it in the universe, and it would be some bad juju. I spent $100 because I thought the Cardinals were going to win this division. How fucking wrong I was.
Are they giving you a cash out?
I cashed out and I got $13, and I tried to spin that, and it didn't work.
I did a preseason Cardinals to win the division, and at this point, I'm just hoping that they hit my bet for over 6.5 wins on the year. 4 games to go. Give me a little bit of money, please. But DraftKings did provide me this week. Hold on, DraftKings did give me like a 90% cash out of my full bet, so I took that. Wow. Yeah, so I took that fucking for the. Somehow it was still, even though we got a 4% chance of winning the division or whatever, it gave me like a 90% cash out. So I took that real.
See, I wasn't so lucky, because the cash out I saw was 77 at the beginning of the week, and I was like, well, we still got this game against Seattle.
Yeah, you bought in.
Also,
when the Cardinals were fucking first in the division or something too. So.
Well, I bought in when we beat the shit out of the Jets. Jackie, I seem to remember you saying this wouldn't happen twice.
I know.
What happened?
It happened twice.
Calling our girl out.
Jackie,
I had all the fucking
all of this
world.
Will's gone.
I'm still here.
No, I had accidentally removed you from the
I'm still here.
This is a coup.
On one right now. I feel it. I can feel it in your voice, my man.
Was that?
I feel it. You're on one right now.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I saw what this team could be not even 3 weeks ago. I saw what this team could be, and like that, it is fizzled before my eyes.
Can I just say,
I don't know if we're going to win another game.
Worse, it could always be worse. You could be an Arizona Cardinals season ticket holder and have the Cardinals try to renew you for 30% more.
And you know what? Fuck you. That's actually the answer this week. It could be worse. You could actually have to fucking fund this shit.
Hey.
Why fuck me though?
Well, I'm angry.
I'm fucking right there with you. Like I said in our big group chat, I'm like, I feel like our season, that was the end of our season.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, we've got some games left that we should win. We absolutely should win these next few games, but it doesn't matter. Nothing matters at this point. It was playoffs to bust.
Our season ends 9 days from now in the frigid fucking weather of Carolina.
What are you guys drinking on?
I'm drinking a fucking Barks root beer.
Type night. What do you guys got? A little 100 proof?
I've got a fucking Barks root beer in my hand.
AKA bleach.
God, I wish.
Jackie, how you doing? You said you're hungover a little bit. How you got the little hair off the dog or what?
No, I just took a little ibuprofen. I have a lot of things to do before my kid returns. So I can't be getting all loosey-goosey with y'all, because then I'll just want to lay over or turn over and pass out.
When did she get here, tonight?
No, she gets here Sunday. I fly out Saturday morning.
Damn, so you get wasted the night before your podcast, huh? And then with the boys, you can't get drunk. What did you guys do last night?
We just went to dinner. Have you ever had soju?
Sold me what?
Have you ever had soju?
No. What is that? What is that?
It's Korean. It's not like sake.
Okay.
I guess
it fucked up.
Yeah, it's I guess you could say like flavored vodka is like what you can compare it to.
I don't mind some sake. I haven't had sake in a handful of years, but give me some sake. Ooh. Woo!
Yeah, so we go get a little Korean barbecue, order a couple bottles of soju, and I'm surprised I made it through a full workday, dude. I'm tired. My head hurt. Like I was nauseous for the better part of the day.
That reminds me of was it last year? Yeah, last year. I accidentally ate a whole weed gummy, and I was out like a light because I wasn't paying attention when the guy was talking to me. He was like, "Hey, don't eat the whole thing," and I was like, "It's a." I was like, "Okay, I'm out in La La Land," and then I'm like sitting there and I'm like, "Huh, I've got a weed gummy. That could really mellow me out," and I'm out like a light for 15 hours.
Jesus.
I fucking bet. Best sleep of your life or what?
I had fucking panic hallucinations. I thought I was dying.
Yeah, no, that shit is scary. I had a similar experience in 2015. Guy I was dating at the time, like he had bought us like a Rice Krispie treat to split, and so he's already like rolling a blunt, like not paying attention to what I'm doing. And I just opened up this Rice Krispie treat and I ate it.
The whole thing?
Oh, honey.
It's about the size as like an iPhone.
You didn't know?
Like, I didn't know. I just thought you just eat the whole thing. That was my first time having an edible. And he's like, "Where'd it go?" And I'm like, "I ate it." He goes, "The whole thing?"
Was he like, "This blunt is for me now? Good, you're gonna be in La La Land."
Yeah, and he's like, "You're only supposed to have like a bite." I kid you not, I was high for 3 days straight.
Oh no!
I couldn't see past my nose. I don't know how I worked the whole weekend, dude. And like, it was obvious. I don't know how I didn't get sent home from work.
The most I had to do was like walk, like looking vaguely freaked out to the little fucking convenience store downstairs in my dorm. And I think that's all the only person who saw me.
I'm sure.
Was that?
You had the munchies like a motherfucker, huh?
No, I didn't settle on anything. I was like, I think I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I was out.
Well,
oh man.
Before we get any further, I don't know if anyone follows me or saw it on Twitter, but I did say that I got some breaking news to announce. So since Will joined us, thank you, Will, for finally doing that. But just want to let you guys know I told Will and Jackie last week that this will be my last season on the Redbird Redzone as a co-host. I appreciate all the love and support from, especially these two people right here. With, without them, I wouldn't be here right now. So I've loved every second of it, hanging out with you guys. Will for the last 4 or 5 years, Jackie for the last 2-3 years. You guys make it fun and everything. It all started 2018. I started writing for a small national website about covering Arizona sports, and Bo Bobbles and Will, I believe it was Bo Bobbles, the one who reached out to me, and asked just to be able to come on, and so jumped on with Will and our other co-host at the time, I believe, or was it just me and you that for that one?
2018, I had a rotating cast of people. It was kind of a mess.
So that's when I definitely first started. I think I think the original OG host with you wasn't on initially, but he joined us for a few weeks. But and then from there, just talking about the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are my first love. Growing up in the, especially like the early '90s, the Suns were the dream team. Everyone loved the Suns. Everywhere you went was Suns. And I've always been a fan of the underdog team. There was no Diamondbacks, there was no Coyotes, there was just some Cardinals, and nobody fucking wore Cardinals gear anywhere. I'm telling you, when I say nobody, the fucking stadium was fucking bare, man. And just from being able to going to games as a kid and growing up, diehard fan, to be able to come on here and talk every week, about this team and with Jackie and Will, it's been a blessing. But today, now 6 years later, whatever it is, 4 years later, it's things change. Your priorities change. I'm a business owner now, so Maverick Screen Printing. If anyone needs T-shirts, hit me up. And I got a little 3-month-old daughter. So it kind of puts a lot of stuff in perspective. And I'm always going to love the Cardinals, and I'm always, I told these two, and they both said, they, try to get me on, at least once a year or something. I'd love to be able to come back and jump on, but just over the, you guys were here with me every week last year when my dad was super sick. And that's when I first started kind of getting the thought of, getting my priorities in order a little bit more. Being on here every week helped me get through that. My dad loved that I was doing this, and he'd even love more of me being a good father and being, with my daughter as much as possible. And it's his business that I run today. And unfortunately, he passed away back in March. And this has always been an outlet for me, especially last year, man. It was huge. It was, nothing would compare to being on here once a week with you guys, knowing my dad was battling bone cancer stage 4, and the doctors last Thanksgiving essentially gave him 2 months to live. He lasted another 4 months, 6 months. So, he was a fighter through and through. And, now, having a little baby girl this year, just, getting another year older, I'm not able to give you guys the content that I used to be able to. Every week I used to be able to throw out fucking videos of me rewatching each week's game and throwing it out, whatever video it was out, caught my eye, and being able to talk about the games a little bit more in depth. And, I felt like I was always the stat guy. I had pages and pages here of stats because I was here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2-3 hours each night going through fucking game film, whatever popped up, go look up the stats. And I just can't do that. I'm not at that point in my life anymore. But, I just want to thank you guys, each and every one of you. And if you, appreciate you guys showing me love, from day one. I've never gotten a bad comment, a bad, go fucking shoot yourself or go, whatever, what you see on social media and shit. It's all been love, man. So keep giving the Redbird Redzone the likes and subscriptions and subscribe. These are some two good people, real good people, Jackie and Will, man. I can't thank them enough for, being there for me over this past, especially year. And Will, thank you. We received your 3-piece outfit, Cardinals outfit that you gave us this last week that you sent over for my daughter. So I appreciate it. And Jackie, you've done that, as well in the past. So I love both of you guys, and I'm always going to be here. I'll always be around. But if you've seen from where I was a couple years ago, just doing this show, my activity on Twitter alone, it's gone down fucking tenfold. Like I used to fucking tweet every fucking thing that I thought of, and now it's just other important shit coming to your life, and I can't give the people the same content that I feel like you guys deserve. So we'll see if Jackie and Will find another co-host. Bring in someone a little bit younger. I'm almost, a goddamn grandpa in Cardinal fucking terms. So, but I appreciate you guys and love you guys, and I'll always be here. But yeah, we got 4 more episodes at the Cardinals, 3 more episodes if the Cardinals don't make the playoffs, and I will be signing off. But that is my breaking news.
We're proud of you, man.
We're very proud of you. We were very sad because you brought me into this. It was always a low-key goal. I didn't know where to start, where to begin. So you just kind of opened the door for me. I consider you guys like family at this point. You guys were there, before I moved, right after I got married, when I was getting divorced, when I had my baby, all this stuff. So I appreciate the two of you. You will be greatly missed, Mac. If anybody's tuning in and wants to be a co-host, shoot us in DM.
I've actually got some breaking news on that front. Aaron Rodgers will be our our new co-host next year.
Jackie would fucking kill you.
Jackie would kill him. We would go at it.
Hey, you'd be getting paid more than you guys do, I'm sure, though. If you had Aaron Rodgers instead of me, somebody would be getting paid around here, so can't complain too much, I guess.
Nah, he'd spend it all on ayahuasca. We ain't getting jack.
Yeah, no, he would take all of our money.
But yeah, not to sour the moment or anything, but I figured we were already talking about the Cardinals getting their ass beat. So why not, drop a little sadness too. I mean, it is sad, man. I love doing this, and I don't write about Arizona sports anymore. I never was a writer. I just had an opportunity to cover, Arizona sports for a very small publication, and I did it, and I fucking put my heart and soul into that shit. Saturday nights, fucking 3 a.m. I'm still up fucking doing that, even though I'm fucking a shitty writer. And I've always felt like talking, was my best outlet. And so, this has always given me that opportunity, and I'll always be grateful for it, man. I grew up wanting to be a fucking pro athlete. It was never that good fucking to even have it be that realistic. And I didn't realize it until college. But then after that, even as a kid, I always wanted to cover the athletes. If you're able to talk to the athletes and hang out, behind the scenes, I thought that was always pretty badass. But this is, I wouldn't change this at all. Being on here with you guys every week, for the last few years, it's been a blessing, man, to be able to just get out our frustrations, get drunk, Before we sign off, I don't think I've done a chug this year, Jackie or Will. So we'll have to. I don't know. Have I? Maybe I opened it. Are you pooping over there again?
What's up?
Are you pooping over there again?
No, because you got me all of my feels. It made me feel bad. I'm trying to find something in this fridge that's alcoholic.
Shut the fuck up. You're like, God damn, Jared's fucking ranting again. Something to just fucking wash us down.
Yeah, twisted tea.
Hey, you're a soldier, man. When you said you fucking were drinking a 3-day, 4-day old beer that was already open in your fridge, a month ago? Right there, you garnered all respect from me. God damn.
Okay, do I want raspberry, half and half, original, or peach?
Hey,
peach.
All three, yeah. Come on. We're going hard. We're going hard.
We're going hard.
You're hungover. Why not get a little buzz on in the meantime?
We're going half and half.
Yeah, fuck it.
I gotta pour one out for you, Mac.
I guess I'll put in my. I guess I'll put in my 2 cents while I'm here. This podcast, I know it's small. I know it's not really significant in the grand scheme of things, but this podcast has gotten me through some tough years. The camaraderie and just the love you guys show me means everything. This was probably the one thing I was looking forward to every week for a couple of years. So I appreciate you guys, and I got nothing but love for you guys.
And we're like a family. I swear to God, man. Will came into town. Me, him, his dad, his brother went to a Suns game. Fucking 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
You came into town fucking 2 years ago, and me and my wife took you to a Cardinals game. So this is like love, man. This isn't, we're not just on here.
I just figured it out. That's the reason we haven't done shit, is because the last 2 years I haven't been back in Phoenix to watch a game with the other you guys.
Well, to be fair, they haven't done shit even when you did come out here. So
we made the finals when
we did win both of those games, the Suns and that Cardinal game. So
Texans,
maybe you and Jackie are the lucky charm. So Jackie, would you have like a 6-game winning streak going though between Suns, Cardinals, and you were in attendance, and this is your first loss, right? You had a little bit of a winning streak going.
I did. I actually started with the D-backs. Unfortunately, they didn't make the playoffs either. But I went to one of their last games. Beat the Giants. I believe we beat the Giants. No, we won. I couldn't remember who we played. But yeah, I was on on a tear for a minute. Yeah. But
all good things come to an end, unfortunately. And that leads back to me resigning. I'm retiring. All good things come to an end, but and especially the people who tune in and listen every week, man. We know we're not the biggest podcast. We know we don't have the biggest fan base, but we have loyal.
I mean, we're the biggest in one way, but
we have loyal listeners, man.
We do.
Connie to Nickel, to so forth, fucking whoever. But we appreciate it, man. And you guys have always given us love, and we appreciate each. I know I appreciate it as much as Jackie and Will do, and I know how much they do, as well. All we wanted to do is just try to bring the Arizona sports community a little bit closer, and that's what we did with our group chats. We started a group chat. How long is that group chat? That we started 3 years ago now, Jackie.
No, that group chat, I can say I've been in since 2019.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it's been that long because
fuck.
It has been that long because I remember the profile picture for that I made when Brockhampton's Iridescence was coming out. I used like a picture editor for that, and that was 2019. So yeah, probably
the big Cardinals group chat that I added you in, Will, like Max started that. I've been a part of it since 2019.
You were part of it day one. Wow. Literally, you were a part of it fucking day one.
Yeah.
And
that's where I met Colby. That's how we
Will's
met.
nemesis.
In those group chats.
My nemesis. Please.
Well, you get on Twitter, you think you're just going to talk some shit about sports, and you end up meeting the love of your life, some of the best people like all the people that I love are on there.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people on there who, have asked us, can they come on here? They've, come on here. They've joined the group chat, just hitting us up. Hey, can I join the group chat? And if you guys aren't in there, and if you guys are active on here, listening to us, and you like Jackie's content, and you can stand me and Will, then I'm not as active in there anymore either. But let us know.
Every now and then.
Yeah, shoot us. Yeah, every now and again, I'll be drunk and be like, "What's going on in the group chat?" But shoot us a DM, man. We'll throw you in that group chat. It's all good people. Sometimes people butt heads, but for the most part, everyone gets along very well. And at the end of the day, we're all Arizona Cardinal fans and Arizona sports fans. We just want the best for our fucking team. And that was the thought of creating that 5 years ago. Now that blows my mind. Was just to, there wasn't an outlet other than just being directly on Twitter for people to chat, to be able to send in fucking tweets into the group chat, and people be able to get their opinions and thoughts on that, with specifically minded Cardinal fans. So that was my only thinking, was just to get Cardinals fans together, because I love this community. Like I said, man, I was a diehard Cardinal fan. Cardinals were the team that everyone shit on in the Valley. It was Sons of Cardinals in the early mid 90s. And you either were a Cardinal fan or you were a Steelers fan because of your dad, a Cowboy fan, a 49er fan growing up. And, from day one, I'm proud to always be a Cardinal fan, to be able to kind of help minusculely help grow this community of Cardinal fans. It's been a blessing, So
I know, and you are legit like an OG staple in this community for real. Like, you've always had like some great content, some great tweets, starting these group chats, getting people together. Like, you have done a lot for the Twitter community of Cardinals fans, and that is something that you should be proud of.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely had a lot more time on my hands, 5 years ago or whatever, and I do wish I was a little bit more active with you guys, but it is what it is. It's a growing fucking community as is. I'm, from where I see accounts all the time, even our boy Marv, James that hopped in here. What's his Twitter handle again?
I think it's MHJ era.
Yeah. Even him, like
fan page.
a couple of years ago, I never knew he existed. He probably wasn't. He was active on Twitter. He said, now he's a big ass account, and I love seeing his content on there, all the videos, and we've had British Birdgang on. We were the ones who had. We haven't seen that Twitter account either from Jason Hayes. What did he have?
No context cards.
I haven't seen that around at all this year. Have you guys?
He's posted some. I checked the other day.
So, but we were the first ones to have him on. We were the first ones to have the British Birdgang on, I believe, and just kind of talk about where these fans come from. Different countries. Fucking Jason he lived in what?
Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah, and just to see the community. When we lose, we're all depressed. We're all mad. It don't matter where you live. It don't matter about your race. It don't matter about your sex. It doesn't matter about your income. It doesn't matter if you're fucking drunk, stoned, sober. You're mad. You're upset. You waste time and money on something that means something to, maybe not to a vast majority of Phoenicians here, but to me, to you guys, the Cardinals and Arizona sports being successful means something to us. And, at the end of the day, that's all we want.
Amen.
Yeah, all I want is for this team to be good and to come on every week, do my usual routine of praising them and then saying they're going to lose this next week. I've been a little bummed these last 3 weeks where I've had to do both routines on both ends, and it's a little depressing. But I'm hoping we come in on Sunday and act like we're going to split some skulls. There's technically a path.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Man.
But Godspeed to this second team right now.
If we can't step up when it's must-win games and you're playing the Seahawks coming out of the bye 2 out of 3 weeks and we get punched in the mouth, and you got Gannon talking about being killers and wanting killers on this team.
Fire in their gut.
The thing that pisses me off,
really.
The thing that pisses me off the most, and I got fucking flashbacks here, man. I saw a lack of fucking intensity, a lack of fucking drive that I haven't seen since the Wilkes era. I saw
Cliff Kingsbury shit that I felt like I was watching.
No. Because at least, you watched those fucking Wilkes era's games, and you saw a team that was way too happy to punt, a team that was way too happy to give up, a team that laid down and died. I saw that again this week, and it pissed me the fuck off.
It pissed me off too, because I kept saying that in the fucking Cliff era. All these like back into the schedule fucking collapses. This team fucking lays down and just dies. And I felt like that's what we did. We laid down and we fucking died. Or we try to get some shit going late in the game, and it's a little too little. It's a little too late. You know what I mean? Yep. And then even with the play calling, like, oh, now you want to march, you want to get upfield, you want to march on field, and now you want to pass the ball, you want to do this, you want to do that.
I feel like Kyler's always been at his best like a no huddle. I don't know why we don't run it that much anymore,
or shit, like anything that would just be designed to get him and on the move and make him a threat.
Yeah,
I get that he's not comfortable with it. You get him to do it anyway because that's what he's good at. Fucking
100%.
Every center in the NBA wants to be a power forward. You know why? Because it makes their job easier. But they're better as centers.
I like that analogy.
No, it's 100% true. This team, if you don't have the threat of Kyler really on the run outside of the pocket, you have him just back there as basically a statue. This team isn't going to live up to its expectations. We talked about it early in the year. Cardinals are at their best when Kyler Murray is an absolute factor with his legs, when he can run and throw. And we're not seeing the designed runs for whatever reason. You want to sit back there and be a pocket passer, don't get your passes batted down 3 times and 4 times in a fucking game. If he's the one who doesn't want to fucking be scrambling and running, then we have bigger questions, because at the end of the day, it should just all be about winning. What is the best thing to make the Arizona Cardinals win? And if our
The reason
cannot fucking see that, then he needs to go. I'm sorry.
the reason quarterbacks like
after this year, but I do think that they need to get rid of our OC and give Kyler one more shot with another OC. Same head coach, different OC. And then if that doesn't work, then you got to move on, man. Sooner or later, if you're not winning the big game with the quarterback, it all comes down to the quarterback. As much as we love Kyler, we've defended him for fucking years, but you got to win big games sooner or later.
The reason quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson work is because the fear is always there that they will take off and beat you if you don't cover that. That is the reason those two work as well as they do. Now, you can't afford to have a guy with Kyler's skill set say, "Oh well, I just kind of want to do this. This is what I'm comfortable with." No, it's like Kiss. The fucking band Kiss. They had that fucking era where they're like, actually, we're taking the makeup off and we're going to be real for a bit. Nobody paid for you to do that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Know and accept what you're good at and do that.
Yep.
You're just not built to be a pocket passer. We don't have the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to play the game differently because of the cards you're dealt, and that's how you made it into the league. That's how you were a fucking the best quarterback in Texas football history. Yep. Like, you have to be you, accept yourself for who you really are.
Yep, you have to.
And I'm sorry, as of right now, he's not beating the Call of Duty allegations.
Damn. He's not beating the "he's not the guy" allegations.
That either, yeah.
Tough, man.
It's tough. It's tough to swallow.
As of right now, I want Lenore Sellers on our team in 2 years.
Give me Archie.
That's where I'm at. I mean, then we'd have to wait too long.
Yeah. But it sucks. It sucks, as someone that didn't want him here, saw what he can do, see the potential, defend the guy.
And I was day one with Kyler Murray.
So bad, and it's just not.
Me and Jackie weren't day one. I'll admit that.
Oh, I was not.
I was.
I did not I did not believe the best thing for your franchise is to draft quarterbacks back-to-back drafts, top 10.
But here's the thing. With Rosen sucking as badly as he did, that is objectively the right move. I'm sorry, you can't convince me. You can't convince me, going back and looking at it with hindsight, that taking this guy who, mind you, at his peak is a top 10 quarterback over a guy who has started maybe 4 games and hasn't even sniffed the fucking CFL is the wrong move.
But what if you waited another year and who was the top quarterbacks in that next draft, 2020 draft? I don't fucking know.
Lawrence, Herbert, Tua.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he fucking had, Herbert, not, I'm not trying to fucking go, back and.
That's great. We'd have another quarterback we could say if about.
Yeah, possibly. But, I mean, look what he's doing right now in the system that he's in. He's not carrying it, but who are their weapons? They're not doing anything, but they're winning.
And that's what I'm saying. If.
Yeah.
We can play hypotheticals all day.
Oh,
the fact of the matter is that this team is not winning as it stands.
You're not, you have to hit on him, though. You have to hit on Kyler. If you fucking draft top 10 2 years in a row, Kyler has to be generational. And I'm sorry, he's just, he can be generational type, but he's not the prototypical QB. And, this week we're facing a guy who last year, we brought up the question if the Cardinals last season finished top 5, which, we did. But should we draft Drake May? And this week,
I still say no.
He's looking really good. I didn't think he was, going to be that guy. But we're going to see what could have been.
I still say no.
He's better than what I thought he'd be. He's more accurate. He's definitely athletic. Got a good arm. Yeah, I mean, time will tell. And my whole thing with Rosen back at that time was, and I still believe this, quarterbacks don't get enough time to fail. You come into a shitty team. The Cardinals were supposed to be shitty that year. I think the Cardinals have fucking 4 or 5 wins that year with Will, where they finished with 3. They were supposed to be shitty. You cannot judge a rookie QB off his first year. Mac Jones,
but you can judge him based off the rest of his resume. He was ass everywhere else.
Who?
I said you can judge him by the rest of his resume. He was ass everywhere else, Rosie.
In hindsight, looking back on it, but at the time, if he wasn't the guy, then you're going to get a shitty draft pick again. But just doing back-to-back picks, top 10, and if that second quarterback didn't hit, number 1 overall, we're going to be in this spot, 5-6 years later, and here we are. This is the worst week Kyler Murray that I have seen on Twitter. It has been horrible.
I wouldn't say the worst. I wouldn't say the worst because
die-hard Kyler Murray fans are fucking backpedaling.
I wouldn't say the worst because I was on Twitter the week of that Rams game. It was pretty brutal.
Oh, the playoffs?
Team? Yeah. But he even had the diehards there. Just, still young. We're 6 years in now. We're 6 years in, and we have how many big-time victories? I don't know. It's tough, man. It's hard being an Arizona sports fan. Let's say that.
Yeah, we come on every week and we say that, don't we?
It's our motto. It's what we're gonna live and die by. And another thing to add to that too is that it's very hard for 2 Arizona teams to have success at the same time because our Sun Devils are doing good. So,
see, that's what fucked us up. We need them to be as bad as they were last year because the whole thing just got screwed up.
It's fine. I'll take if it costs the Suns fucking sucking dick and not being able to win games without fucking Kevin Durant, and if it takes the Cardinals dropping out of the playoff race for the Sun Devils to be in the college football playoff in the first
to get smoked in the second round, sure, fine.
Thank you, man. It ain't ever guaranteed. None of this shit's guaranteed. I know I see people saying, "Oh, Sun Devils have house money," and it's easy to say that, but the Sun Devils are never guaranteed to be there. That's why I hate the house money. When people are like, "Oh, the Diamondbacks are in the World Series, house money, you got nothing to lose." Yeah, you have everything to lose because you're not guaranteed ever to be here again, ever again.
Yeah, we were saying more or less the same thing about the Suns 3 years ago, and they've struggled to do much of anything.
Exactly, and they were in the finals, and everyone thought, "Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back sooner or later. We're building," and that was, the crescendo. I think I might have used that correctly. Maybe
crescendo.
Thank you. Your college, but nothing's guaranteed. That's why. Yeah, we're not allowed to have that many good things at once. That's why we have to enjoy what we have when we have it. So
while we're having
works up, baby. Let's go.
And that's the thing that really sucked about losing the Super Bowl is I thought we're never gonna be back here. Or it'll be a long fucking
Yeah. Everyone thinks, "Oh, house money, you're in the Super Bowl, nothing to lose, no pressure." It's like, no, this could be our only time ever. No matter how good the Lions are right now, they've never been to a Super Bowl. There's a ton of pressure on them, being as good as they are, and that pressure is real. It's so hard to get to a championship game and be a champion. Is that when you have that moment, you have that team, you have to take advantage.
I've lived 23 years on this earth, and I've never seen any Arizona team lift up a trophy of note. What do we have? The Rattlers? That's about it.
The Mercury.
Wait, you were born in 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in attendance for Game 2 of the World Series. My parents, quick little story. Me, my brother, my mom and dad drove us downtown the night before. Yeah, what would have been a couple nights before. I don't know. I was like 13 years old or something, 14 years old. And drove us around and downtown for looking for scalping tickets, and the tickets were absorbent. Like it's fucking crazy. So they scalp tickets for just my brother and me. Mind you, I'm 13 or 14, and he's 4 years younger than me. So he's 10. So they get 2 tickets. They're only able to afford 2 tickets. Give it to me and my brother. So they take us to game 2, drop us off, pick us up. So we get to experience that. And that's something, that I know I tweeted out Saturday night or whenever the ASU played, or it was after maybe the releasing of the college football playoff, that, I'm happy for the young Sun Devil generation, because I experienced 1996, Jake Plummer and, Pat Tillman, doing their thing, going to the Rose Bowl. And my parents, the business that we own right now, my brother and I were the owners. It's just us two that work at Maverick Screen Printing. If you need shirts, hit us up. At the time, my parents ran it and owned it. And so in 96 at the Rose Bowl, we all hopped in on a plane, went to the Rose Bowl, and my parents sold visors. Remember those visors with the bungees on the back and shit?
Yeah.
Popular. That shit was hot. My fucking parents had all fucking Sparky visors, Sparky this and that. So we went to the actual Rose Bowl parade, I think the night before the game, and that was pretty fucking badass. We didn't go to the game, but we went there. They set up a little booth. They fucking, were selling a bunch of Arizona State, inventory or whatever you want to call it. But I experienced that. And for you not to be able to experience a championship, I was at, I lived the 2001 World Series. Jackie, are you old enough to remember the 2001 World Series?
I was at game 2.
Ooh, were you?
The funny story about that too.
Nice.
I was sitting at work with my sister a few years ago. We worked together, and I was just thinking about
your sister that was on here a couple years ago.
No, different sister. The sister I'm talking about, she's a big baseball girl. Okay. So I was just kind of sitting there, just randomly thinking about baseball, and I'm like, "Hey, remember when the Diamondbacks won the World Series?" And she goes, "Do you remember being there?" And I was like, "The fuck you mean being there?" But at the time, I was 7 years old.
Oh, shit.
And as soon as the D-backs came to town, we were at not all the games, but we went to a lot of games, lots of games.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like, "What do you mean we were there?" She's like, "Yeah, Dad took us to game 2, blah, blah, blah."
How long ago was this conversation?
This was 6 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
5-6 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, "We were there?" She goes, "Yeah." And then I really thought about it, and I remember the white towels.
Hell yeah.
And I remember walking out of there with my dad, and I'm like, does that mean we win it all? Because I don't know what a 7-game series is like.
Oh yeah.
This is my first time even watching a World Series at all. So I didn't really know what the 7-game series is all about. And he goes, "No, we got some more games to play." So me thinking that was just a regular ass game, not realizing that that's World Series.
That's fucking bad. That was a great
I am going to be changing my my fortune a little bit, though. I am going to see ASU in the Peach Bowl, so that's going to be really cool.
No, Will, don't
do it.
Don't do it. Do it for the. Hold off for the mercy, dog. No nut December. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, the game's on January 1st, so I can nut all I want.
Good comeback, motherfucker. Who you going with?
Me, myself, and I.
Shut up.
Solo dolo.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
Yeah. How much for tickets?
I paid $150.
What?
Yeah.
Whose fucking dick did you have to beat?
Nobody. It was on SeatGeek. I got the cheapest ticket I could get.
Wow.
We are not sponsored. Pay me, SeatGeek. What?
So you'll be sitting on the damn roof.
Section 300 something.
You're gonna be mopping the floors. You're gonna walk in and be like, "Here's your badge, Will. Get to work." What do you mean?
I have resolved that if Texas wins and tickets get to like 300, I'm selling. But still.
Yeah, the fucking airplane tickets were fucking crazy just to begin with, and the hotel and shit. Like, for you to live right, how far away is the game from you?
I'm about a 4-hour drive.
And you're just gonna drive day of, or are you gonna go before?
Drive to, drive back.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah, I'm jealous. Take
I'm
pictures.
happy for you. That's really
Actually,
cool.
just give me the ticket. I'll go. I'll let goes. Gotta love it, man. I love you guys for real, though.
I love you too, man.
Well, I'm glad we
What did
sat up here and just reminisced and talked about feelings rather than
bullshit?
just bullshit.
This beats therapy any day of the week.
And we always talked about, like, we want this podcast really to be like the one podcast where you feel like you're sitting at the bar with your fucking buddies. You know, where you're there bullshitting, you're getting the shit off your chest that, you know, about your favorite team. We're over here drinking, smoking, doing blow, ecstasy,
Having threesomes.
fuck.
Having
We don't
threesomes.
give a fuck. But no, for real.
Because there's plenty of other podcasts that, you know, give you all the stats and
the mumbo jumbo. They
Guys, did you know that Kyler Murray has the best passer rating in the league?
Let's not even go there. But yeah, no, we try to keep it more real. And I mean, we're also, there's no other fucking people out there that give the fans a voice as much as I think we do. If you guys want to be on here, shoot us fucking DM. You know, we reach out. We know fans in different states that we've actually reached out to, like, hey man, we see you're a big time Cardinal fan that we follow, obviously. You know, and you live in fucking West Virginia. Like, you want to come on with us and talk about how you became a fan out there. So I mean, if you're listening now and you know you're from out of state, or if you have an interesting story and that you know about how you became a Cardinal fan and everything, hit us up, man. We want to. I mean,
we want to hear from you.
Yeah, I only have a month on here, but you know, that's what I felt like we prided ourselves on that we were different, and we wanted to, you know, we were all about the community, you know, going back to, you know, starting the group chats and everything. It's all about community. Doesn't matter about, you know, who's got more followers, who's got the best content. It's about us being Cardinal fans one-on-one. And I love hearing about how it blows my mind how people from different states and even different countries that we've had on here, you know, how they became Cardinal fans, you know, from day one. That shit blows my mind. I love it. I love hearing about that shit, man. Because as I said, you know, growing up in the early 90s, you were mocked. You were literally ridiculed for having fucking Cardinals gear in high school, like in fucking middle school. Like I remember a ton of people fucking throwing jabs. But my best friends, short story, in 7th grade, my first day of Spanish, I walk in and this chubbier dude. I mean, I'm chubby too, but this fat dude, fucking that kid was in there in his Jake Plummer jersey. And after the class ended, I had no idea who he was. I walk over, I'm like, man, nice jersey. Fucking his dad was the contractor of, he was the vice president of the people who helped build State Farm Stadium. But they had 50-yard line first row tickets to Sunbelt Stadium. So from that day, we used to get dropped off as middle school. Me and him became best friends. When I said, like, fuck yeah, nice jersey, dude, we became best friends from that day on. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to him in a handful of years. He moved away. But growing up through middle school and high school, we were the Cardinals. We used to fucking get to school early, or just whenever one of the buses dropped us off, and we go to our lockers and we'd pretend on Mondays, me and him and a couple of our other buddies would pretend that we were hosting like a podcast. We would fucking get there, fucking nerds as like freshman year, you know. But still, we'd be like, you know, bullshit. Oh, I can't believe we lost to the Browns like this. What do you think? And we were just going back for half an hour before class started, you know. And that's just how my best friends in life, my best friends to this day in life, all are diehard Arizona sports fans, whether it be one sport or the other. A lot of them, some of them, they grew up as other fans of other teams in whatever sport, but we all have a similarity in at least we're all diehard Suns fans, or their favorite team might be like one of my good friends. His team, we were growing up, was always the Chiefs, but he was always a huge fucking Suns fan. So that's what we always had in common. And every fucking friend that I can go down the list, I don't have one diehard friend of some other fucking team in every other sport. That's my commonality, of how I grew up and how with my teams, how much it really means, being able to be around people that care as much as you do about your team.
Yeah, I told the story in our group chat, but years ago I would really like this guy, and he wanted to hang out, and I'm like, yeah, I get off work at this time, but we have to go somewhere that has the Cardinals game on, and I'm 20 at the time.
That's badass.
I couldn't.
20-year-old fucking babe saying, "I need to go watch a Cardinal game." Boom, sign Will.
I would wife her right up, man.
Let me just tell you this. So we meet up at a bar across the street. I'm not 21 yet, so I couldn't even drink. I ordered a water, and we were playing the Washington Redskins at the time, and I was like, "So do you watch football?" He's like, "No, I grew up playing baseball. I'm a big baseball guy." And I'm like, "Do you really know anything about football?" And he goes, "Well, not really." The whole time we were there, as I'm watching the game, I'm mansplaining football to him and telling him, like, this is what this is. I'm a diehard Cardinals fan. Like, I take that, like, this is my personality.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm just rambling on. And I, like, remember getting up to go to the restroom before we leave and thinking, I blew it. He probably thinks this is dumb. She cares too much about football.
No, hell no. Yeah, you're being you.
And then, and I thought, man, I blew it. So he walks me in a car. He's like, "Can I get a kiss?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And till this day, he's still a Cardinals fan.
Nice.
He's got a new girlfriend. I've seen pictures of them at games. So I'm like, she's wearing Cardinal shit too. And I know the girl, she was not a sports girl at all to begin with.
Fuck yeah, dude. See, it's just going down. You pass that to him a little bit, and then he does the same thing. That's huge. That's, we are just who we are. We're sports nuts. We're Arizona, Cardinal fans, diehard through and through. And at the end of the day, this podcast, I feel like more than any, keeps it real. We've always kept it real. Whether it's Will saying, he was vindicated, a month ago about Kyler Murray's play, and me even questioning him at that time, we keep it real with each other. He said a month later that shit changes. Shit does change after a month. 100%. He's 100% right, man. Because a month later, you're into December. You're into big boy games. And at the end of the day, we need to win big boy games. But, we're man enough, Will's man enough to admit that, he's ready to move on, from Kyler, which I didn't think a month ago that was even possible.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get to this point, if I'm being honest. Should we get into predictions?
Let's just do the Cardinals, man. If that's cool.
Okay, well, thank you for helping for beating around the bush, because this is our certified mega ass bowl.
Okay. Is it in Foxborough?
Yeah, it's at home.
We're sending James to this game, so shout out Maserati Marv James. I hope you have fun.
Can I do the intro for the Bucs?
You do it. It's you.
All right, your Arizona Cardinals versus the bean eating, the car front yard and the wearing white hoods every single day New England Patriots. Who do you have?
Y'all, I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going New England.
Oh, that's rare.
You know it's bad. That's when you know it's bad, man. I'm going. Watch this score. Watch this. 15-12, no touchdowns.
Ugh, I feel it. I feel it. Jackie?
No, I'm still going to be a homer and go Cards 21 to 17.
Ugh. Jackie. I'm gonna have to join Mac on this one.
Woo!
Give me the New England Patriots 23 to 14.
And it's just, it comes down to me. If you can't come out ready out of your bye week and you know you're playing the team right behind you coming out of that bye week, and they beat you on their home field the way that they did, you put up 6 points in that fucking game, and you come back and you put up the performance that you did 2 weeks later, I have to question where is the soul of this team?
What is getting this team out of bed in the morning?
Seattle's that good. Seattle's not that fucking good. I'm sorry. They had more heart than we did. And so I just forward New England or fucking the Cardinals against New England.
This is a team that has slowly turned from a team with heart to a paycheck team, and it pisses me the fuck off.
Hey, but give it to Budda Baker. 18 total tackles. Give that man
a lifetime contract. He is not the problem. I love him. He was never the problem.
No, we need 21 other Budda Bakers on both sides of the fucking line, and we're going to be a fucking hell of a team.
Yeah, I from the start, I didn't understand why people were so ready to move off him. Hassan Reddick, I'm sorry, Hassan Reddick was not good enough that you trade somebody like Budda Baker for him. Never was.
Never was, never will be.
Fuck no.
The last person on this team with fucking heart that will go out swinging is Budda Baker.
And that's why he's my big dick player of the week.
And that's my big dick player of the week too, man. It's hard to pick big dick players when there's not a lot of big dick activities going on the field.
No,
and I feel like Kyler Murray
going on.
I feel like Kyler Murray is going to come into this week scared because I think he's going to have deja vu.
And and that's when he's going to put up 350 yards. Marvin Harrison's going to go for $175, 3 tugs. But I want to see more Trey Benson, man. 2 carries, 16 yards. First carry, or 2 carries, 15 yards. His first carry was for 16, and then he got bottled up for a loss. But man, give him fucking 10 carries. What do you have to lose, man? Let's see what the fuck we got. At this point,
yeah, I would like to see Trey Benson, get his feet wet a little bit.
10. That's not that big. That's not that bad. Because
give me Ashton Genty next year.
James Conner to him. James Conner, we've seen the best of James Conner. You can't tell me at age 31 next year that he's going to be better. He might be better than what he's put up this year because this year hasn't been absolutely great. But we've seen the best of James Conner, And sooner or later, you need a transition into Trey Benson. That's why you drafted him so high and have James Conner as your third down back, your short, goal line back. But, it was because there's no explosiveness. We talked about this last week. There's not a lot of run and catch, run after the catch other than Trey McBride. There really isn't. Who the fuck's catching the ball in the open? Like, this team just doesn't feel very athletic on offense. There's not a lot of – it seems like when we get the ball in our hands, the space collapses very, very quickly, which in the NFL, that's not a great recipe.
All I will say is I have never been wrong on the person that I have obsessed over in each draft process in the last 6 years of this podcast, Ashton Genty. That's all I'm going to say.
And on that note,
running back that high, he's going to go high.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I still want him.
I would love
college things
too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course.
I have a sick feeling he's going to be a 49er or a Cowboy.
Oh, God.
Which is why we need to lose out. That's it, everybody. This has been another spectacular episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. I'm going to Will myself. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
And my name is Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's.
Yo. And I'm Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFiend or at Maverick Screen Printing if you need t-shirts. Thank you guys for joining us. And Will, sign us out.
Much love to everybody. Thank you for joining us on this episode. We will see you next week, hopefully in better spirits. Peace out.
Later, y'all.
Bye.